All glories to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. All glories to Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Dhanyavad Muni Maharaj. Okay. Sorry about that delay. Thank you, Maharaj.
Today we will be traveling to Vrindavan.
Yes. Is it about 6 o'clock there for you?
Yeah, it's 6:30, 40 here. So
No. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
No. I'm only hearing your voice, Maharaj. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrta Madhya Lila, Chapter 20, Text 42. Teno kahe dinadui raha estane. Teno kahe dinadui raha estane. Badrahao chada ei malina vashane. Srikanta then told Sanatan Goswami, "Stay here for at least 2 days and dress up like a gentleman. Abandon these dirty garments." 43. Goshani kahe ekakshana iha narahiba ganga para kari deha ekshane chaliba. Sanatan Goswami replied, "I shall not stay here even for a moment. Please help me cross the Ganges. I shall leave immediately." 44. Yatnakari tenho eka bota kambala dila ganga para kari dila gushani chalila. With great care, Srikanta gave him a woolen blanket, and helped him cross the Ganges. Thus Sanatan Goswami departed again. 45. Tabe Varanasi Goshani Aila Kata Dine Suniya Nandita Haila Prabhura Agamane. After a few days, Sanatan Goswami arrived at Varanasi. He was very pleased to hear about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival there. 46. Chandrasekhare ragare asidvarete vashila Mahaprabhu Jani Chandrasekhare kahila. Sanatan Goswami then went to the house of Chandrasekhar and sat down by the door. Understanding what was happening, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke to Chandrasekhar. 47. Vade eka Vaishnavahaya bolaha tanhare Chandrasekhara deke Vaishnava nahi kadvare. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "There is a devotee at your door. Please call him." Going outside, Chandrasekhar could not see a Vaishnava at his door. 48. Varete Vaishnava nahi Prabhure kahila Kehahaya Kari Prabhu Tahare Puchila. When Chandrasekhar informed the Lord that no Vaishnava was at his door, the Lord asked him, "Is there anyone at all at your door?" 49. Teno kahe ikadhara visha achet bhare tamre ana prabhura vakye kahila tanhare. Chandrasekhar replied, "There is a Muslim mendicant." Purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately said, "Please bring him here." Chandrasekhar then spoke to Sanatana Goswami, who was still sitting beside the door. 50. Prabhuto maya bolaya aisha dhara vesha suniya nande sanatana kadila pravesha. O Muslim mendicant, please come in. The Lord is calling you. Sanatana Goswami was very pleased to hear this order, and he entered Chandrasekhar's house. 51. Tanhare angane deki prabhudana aila tanreya lingana kari prema vishta haila. As soon as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Sanatana Goswami in the courtyard, he immediately went up to him with great haste. After embracing him, the Lord was overwhelmed with ecstatic love. 52. Prabhu sparshe prema vishta haila sanatan morena chuni hakahe gadgada vachana. As soon as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu touched Sanatana Goswami, Sanatana was also overwhelmed with ecstatic love. In a faltering voice he said, "O my Lord, do not touch me." 53. Luijane gala gali rodana apara dekhi chandra se kharera haila chamakara. Shoulder to shoulder, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sanatana Goswami began to cry unlimitedly. Chandrasekhar was very much astonished to see this. 54. Tabe Prabhu Tandrahata Tarilana Kela Pindhara Upare Apana Paseva Saila. Catching his hand, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took Sanatana Goswami inside and made him sit on an elevated place next to him. 55. Shri Haste Karena Tandra Anga Samarjana Teno Kahe More Prabhu Nakara Sparshana. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began cleansing Sanatana Goswami's body with his own transcendental hand, Sanatana Goswami said, "O my Lord, please do not touch me." 56. Prabhu kahe tova sparshi atma pavitrite bhakti bale paratumi ramananda sodhite. The Lord replied, "I am touching you just to purify myself, because by the force of your devotional service, you can purify the whole universe." 57. Bhavad vidha bhagavatas tirtha bhutas vayam prabho tirti kurvanti tirtani svantastena gadhabhrita. Saints of your caliber are themselves places of pilgrimage. Because of their purity, they are constant companions of the Lord, and therefore they can purify even the places of pilgrimage. Purport. This verse was spoken by Maharaja Yudhishthira to Vidura in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.13.10. Vidura was returning home after visiting sacred places of pilgrimage, and Maharaj Yudhishthira was receiving his saintly uncle. In essence, Maharaj Yudhishthira was saying, "My dear Lord Vidura, You yourself are a holy place because you are an advanced devotee. People like you always carry Lord Vishnu in their hearts. You can revitalize all holy places after they have been polluted by the pilgrimages of sinners. A sinful person goes to a holy place of pilgrimage to be purified. In a holy place, there are many saintly people and temples of Lord Vishnu. However, the holy place becomes infected with the sins of many visitors. When an advanced devotee goes to a holy place, he counteracts all the sins of the pilgrims. Therefore, Maharaja Yudhishthira addressed Vidura in this way. Since an advanced devotee carries Lord Vishnu within his heart, he is a moving temple and a moving Vishnu. An advanced devotee does not need to go to holy places, for wherever he stays is a holy place. In this connection, Narottam Das Thakur states, Tirthayatra Parishrama Kevala Manera Brahma. Visiting holy places is simply another type of bewilderment. Since an advanced devotee does not need to go to a holy place, why does he go? The answer is that he goes simply to purify the place. 58. Name bhaktas chatur vedi mad bhakta sva pacha priya tasmai deyam tato grayam tacha pujo yatahiyam. Lord Krishna said, even though a person is very learned scholar of the Sanskrit Vedic literatures, he is not accepted as my devotee unless he is pure in devotional service. However, even though a person is born in a family of dog-eaters, he is very dear to me if he is a pure devotee who has no motive to enjoy fruitive activity or mental speculation. Indeed, all respects should be given to him, and whatever he offers should be accepted. Such devotees are as worshipable as I am. Purport. This verse is included in the Hari Bhakta Vilas 10.127, compiled by Sanatan Goswami. 59. Vipradvisat gunayutad aravinda nava padaravinda vimukatva pacham varistam manetad arpita mano vachane hitartha pranam punati sakulam natu puri mana. One may be born in a Brahmana family and have all 12 Brahminical qualities, but if he is not devoted to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, who has a navel shaped like a lotus, he is not as good as a Chandala who has dedicated his mind, words, activities, wealth, and life to the service of the Lord. Simply to take birth in a Brahmana family or to have Brahminical qualities is not sufficient. One must become a pure devotee of the Lord. If a Svapacha or Chandala is a devotee, he delivers not only himself but his whole family. Whereas a Brahmana who is not a devotee but simply has Brahminical qualifications cannot even purify himself, what to speak of his family. Purport. This verse is spoken by Prahlad Maharaj in Sripad Bhagavatam 7.9.10. A Brahmana is supposed to be qualified with 12 qualities, as stated in the Mahabharata. Dharmas cha satyam cha damas tapas cha amatsayam pristiti chanasuya yagyas cha dhanam cha dhruti shrutam cha vratani vai Vadasa Brahmanasya. A Brahmana must be perfectly religious. He must be truthful and he must be able to control his senses. He must execute severe austerities and he must be detached, humble, and tolerant. He must not envy anyone, and he must be expert in performing sacrifices and giving whatever he has in charity. He must be fixed in devotional service and expert in knowledge of the Vedas. These are the 12 qualifications for a Brahmana. The Bhagavad Gita 18.42 describes the Brahminical qualities in this way. Samodamastapa saucham chantir arjavam evacha Jnanam vijnanam astikyam brahma karma svabhavajam. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which the Brahmanas work. In the Mukta Phala Tirka, it is said, Samodamastapasocham chanti arjava virakataya jnana vijnana santosha satyashtike dvisadguna. Mental equilibrium, sense control, austerity, cleanliness, tolerance, simplicity, detachment, theoretical and practical knowledge, satisfaction, truthfulness, and firm faith in the Vedas are the 12 qualifications of a Brahmana. 60. Toma deki, toma sparshi, gai tomara guna, sarvendriya phala ei, shastra nirupana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, by seeing you, by touching you, and by glorifying your transcendental qualities, one can perfect the purpose of all sense activity. This is the verdict of the revealed scriptures. Purport. This is confirmed in the following verse from the Hari Bhakti Sudhodaya 13.2. 61. Akshno phalam tvadrisha darshanam hi tano phalam tvadrisha gatra sanga jiva phalam tvadrisha kirtanam hi sudorlabha bhagavata ki loke. My dear Vaishnava, seeing a person like you is the perfection of one's eyesight. Touching your lotus feet is the perfection of the sense of touch, and glorifying your good qualities is the tongue's real activity. For in the material world, it is very difficult to find a pure devotee of the Lord. 62. Eta kahi kahe prabhu suna sanatana Krishna badadaya maya patita pavana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, my dear Sanatan, please hear from me. Krishna is very merciful, and he is the deliverer of all souls. 63. Maharo Rava Haite Toma Karila Udhara Kripara Samudra Krishna Gambira Apara. My dear Sanatan, Krishna has saved you from Maharavara, life's deepest hell. He is an ocean of mercy, and his activities are very grave. Purport. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 18.61, Isvaraha Sarvabhutanam Hridesha Ruja Tistati. Staying within everyone's heart, Lord Krishna works very gravely. No one can understand how he is working, but as soon as the Lord understands the sincere activity of a person in devotional service, he helps him in such a way that the devotee cannot understand how things are happening. If the devotee is determined to serve the Lord is always prepared to help him. Tadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Sanatana Goswami how merciful the Lord is. Sanatana Goswami was a minister in the service of Nawab Hussain Shah. He was always mixing with materially inclined people, particularly with Muslims, meat eaters. Although he was in intimate touch with them, by Krishna's mercy, he came to find such association distasteful. Therefore he left them. As stated by Srinivasacharya, Chaktva Turnam Asesha Mandala Pati Shrinim Sada Tuchavat. Krishna enlightened Sanatana Goswami in such a way that he was able to give up his exalted post as minister. Thinking his material position insignificant, Sanatan was prepared to become a mendicant. Appreciating the activities of Sanatana Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu praised his action and thanked Krishna for his mercy upon him. 64. Sanatana kahe Krishna ami nahi jani, amara udhara hetu tomara kripa mani. Sanatan replied, I do not know who Krishna is. As far as I am concerned, I have been released from prison only by your mercy. 65. Kemane chutila bali prabhu prashna kaila, adyo panta sabakata tenho sunhaila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then asked Sanatana Goswami, how were you released from prison? Sanatan then described the story from beginning to end. 66. Prabhu kahe tomara dui bai prayage milila, rupa anupama dunhe vrindavana gela. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I met your two brothers, Rupa and Anupama, at Prayag. They have now gone to Vrindavan. 67. Tapana misrera ara chandre se karare, Prabhu agya sanatana milila donhare. By the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sanatana Goswami met both Tapana Misra and Chandrasekhar. 68. Tapana Misra Tabi Tandre Kailani Mantrana, Prabhu kahe kshora karaha yaha sanatana. Tapana Misra then extended an invitation to Sanatan, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Sanatan to go get a shave. 69. Chandrasekhara Prabhu kahe, Chandrasekhara Prabhu kahe bolana, ei veshadura kara yahara yaha inhara lana. After this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Chandrasekhar and asked him to take Sanatana Goswami with him. He also asked him to take away Sanatan's present dress. 70. Bhadrakarana tanre ganga snana karaila, sekara anya tanre nutana vastra dila. Chandrasekhar then made Sanatana Goswami look like a gentleman. He took him to bathe in the Ganges, and afterwards he brought him a new set of clothes. Purport. The words Bhadra Karana are significant in this verse. Due to his long hair, mustache, and beard, Sanatana Goswami looked like a Dharavesha, or hippie. Since Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not like Sanatana Goswami's hippie features, he immediately asked Chandrasekhar to get him shaved clean. If anyone with long hair or a beard wants to join this Krishna consciousness movement and live with us, he must similarly shave himself clean. The followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu consider long hair objectionable. Sanatana Goswami was saved from a hellish condition, Maharava, by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Maharorava is a hell wherein animal killers are placed. In this regard, refer to Srimad Bhagavatam 5.26.10 through 12. 71. Sevastra sanatana nakaila angikara, suniya prabhu ramane ananda apara. Chandrasekhar offered a new set of garments to Sanatana Goswami, but Sanatana did not accept them. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard news of this, he became unlimitedly happy. 72. Madhyana Kariya Prabhu Gela Bhiksha Kari Pare Sanatane Lana Gela Tapana Misrera Gare. After bathing at noon, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the house of Tapana Misra for lunch. He took Sanatan Goswami with him. 73. Hara Prakshalana Kari Bhikshate Vasila Sanatane Bhiksha Deha Misrera Kahila. After washing his feet, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down for lunch. He asked Tapana Misra to supply Sanatan Goswami lunch also. 74. Misra kahe Sanatanera kichu kritya ache tumi bhiksha kara prashara tamre diba pacha. Tapana Misra then said, Sanatan has some duty to perform, therefore he cannot accept lunch now. At the conclusion of the meal, I shall supply Sanatan with some remnants. 75. Dikshakari Mahaprabhu Vishrama Karila Misra Prabhura Sesha Patra Sanatane Bila. After eating, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took rest for a while. Tapana Misra then gave Sanatan Goswami the remnants of food left by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 76. Misrasana Tane Dila Nutana Vashana Vastra Nahi Nilateno Kaila Nivedana. When Tapana Misra offered Sanatan Goswami a new cloth, he did not accept it. Instead, he spoke as follows. 77. More Vastra Diteyari Tomaraha Yamana Nijaparidana Eka Deha Puratana. If you want to give me some cloth according to your desire, please give me an old cloth you have used. 78. Tabe Misra Puratana Ekaduti Dila Tinhodui Bahir Vasa Kaupina Karila. When Tapana Misra gave Sanatan Goswami a used dhoti, Sanatan immediately tore it into pieces to make two sets of outer cloth and underwear. 79. Maharastriya Vijay Prabhu Milaila Sanatane Seive Pratanre Kaila Mahani Mantrane. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced the Maharashtrian Brahmana to Sanatan, the Brahmana immediately invited Sanatan Goswami for full meals. 80. Sanatana Tumiyavat Kashite Rahiba Tavata Maragare Bhikshaye Kariba. The Brahmana said, My dear Sanatan, as long as you remain at Kasi, please accept lunch at my place. 81. Sanatana Kaheyami Madhukari Kariba Ramanera Gare Kene Ekatra Bhiksha Laba. Sanatan replied, I shall practice the process of Madhukari. Why should I accept full meals in the house of a Brahmana? Purport. The word Madhukari comes from the word Madhukara, which refers to bees collecting honey from flower to flower. A Madhukari is a saintly person or mendicant who does not accept a full meal at one house, but begs from door to door, taking a little food from each householder's place. In this way, he does not overeat or give householders unnecessary trouble. A person in the renounced order may beg, but not cook. His begging should not be a burden for the householders. The Madhukari process is strictly to be followed by a Babaji, that is, one who has attained the Paramahamsa stage. This practice is still current in Vrindavan, and therefore are many places where alms are offered. Unfortunately, there are many beggars who have come to Vrindavan to accept alms but do not follow the principles of Sanatana Goswami. People try to imitate him and lead an idle life by practicing Madhukari. It is almost impossible to strictly follow Sanatana Goswami or Rupa Goswami. It is better to accept food offered to Krishna in a temple than to try to imitate Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami. Yuktahara viharasaya yukta chetasya karmasu. Yuktahara viharasya yukta chetasya karmasu. Yuta swapna babodhasya yoga bhavati dukhaha. He who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. Bhagavad Gita 6.17. The ideal sannyasi strictly follows the ways practiced by the Goswamis. This ends our reading for today. Our glories to Sripad Bhakti Madhava Maharaj ki jai. Our glories to Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmala Acharya Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.